New research from the RAC shows private parking companies are on track to hand out a record 14.5 million penalties this year. The study found that just 5 firms are responsible for nearly half of all parking tickets issued. Peter Ruddick has the details.
Car park fines are a big frustration for drivers. They're often controversial and they appear to be more common than ever before. The motoring organisation, the RAC, has said it estimates there were more than 7 million tickets issued by private car park operators in the first 6 months of the last financial year. Now, that number is based on the number of times those operators asked the DVLA, the driver agency, for details of car owners. And there were 41,000 requests for information a day. That's a 12% jump on the same period a year ago. Now, rewind back a decade, well, there were an estimated 3 million tickets issued, and that has steadily gone up since then, apart from a slight drop during the pandemic. And the RAC predicts that if tickets were issued at the same rate for the whole of the last financial year as they were for the first 6 months, well, then a record 14.5 million fines could have been given out. Customer complaints and concerns had grown so much that a code to better regulate the industry was first planned by the government back in 2022. Now, that didn't end up coming to pass. What followed were some high-profile cases, including Rosie Hudson. She was threatened with court action and big charges after taking longer than 5 minutes to pay for her parking a number of times in Derby. Operators then introduced their own code last year, including a 10-minute grace period, allowing you to pay for your parking after the time has technically expired. But what are your rights if you feel you've been wrongly issued a ticket?
It's very difficult for motorists to successfully lodge appeals because everything's tilted against the motorists, and that's why we need a code of practice. One thing I would stress is don't be intimidated by the time conditions and the legalese language and jargon. It's simply an invoice for an alleged breach of contract. A private parking operator cannot fine you.
Now, the car park trade bodies told us parking charges are still rare. They say there's more vehicles now and many more private car park spaces, so an increase in the number of fines is inevitable. The international parking community also told us more than a third of their charges actually go to repeat offenders. The government has said it is determined to increase industry standards and bring in new regulation. In the meantime, for drivers, those tickets appear to be piling up.
Peter Ruddick.